welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a wired raindrop earring tutorial. Aren't they beautiful? We have a pair that's done already here, and I'm going to be showing you some things you're going to need. You're going to need some wire, some sturdy wire to bend, nothing too thin. You're going to need wire cutters. We're also going to need round nose pliers so that we can bend the ends of our wire. Also, we have some ear hooks here. These are sterling silver ear hooks. You're also going to need some jump rings. These are about 4 millimeters. And we're going to need our square beads. These are 2 different colors, 2 different types of square beads. So it's going to look similar. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take some of your wire, you're going to measure out maybe about 4 inches, around there, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our wire cutters and we're just going to cut right there. Then we're going to take that same piece of wire that we cut just now, and we're going to use that to measure out a second piece of wire for our second earring. So you're just going to measure that up, straighten it out a bit, and you're going to take your wire cutters and you're going to cut again the same size. So now we have 2 and we have the same size. So let's just put that away to the side for now. And now we have our 2 pieces of wire. You're going to take your first piece of wire and you're going to start stringing your beads. Now you can see the hole on the bead right there. And for this type of wire, when you go to the store, sometimes you have to pay attention to the gauge on the wire, just to make sure that some of your beads, if you have a bead in mind that you want to use, that the hole won't be smaller than the actual type of wire that you're using. So sometimes if maybe you have an idea that might come into your head just randomly of something to make, you might have to change those beads sometimes because it might not be exact, or whatever string you're using or wire you're using might not exactly fit for that type of bead. So just a little tip there. We're just going to keep stringing those beads, and there you have it. We have our bead strung on the wire. Let me show you how it looks. Loving the colors, What we're going to do now is we're going to bend our wire into that raindrop shape that we want. And here is where you're also going to have to be very careful, because you don't want your beads to fly off of your wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those 2 end pieces and we're going to twist 1 time. And we're just going to kind of manipulate that wire a bit just to make sure things are straight. That is the shape that we want. And we're going to move on to the next one and we're going to do the same thing. You're going to take the 2 ends of that wire carefully and you're going to bend it into that raindrop shape, almost as if you were going to make a circle or an oval. And you're going to bend it and close off the top of that by twisting it once. Sometimes I might go counterclockwise, sometimes I might go clockwise. Sometimes it just depends on how my hands work. So there we have it. We have our 2 earrings that we've twisted the top already. Now we're going to take the first one, we're going to go back and we're going to continue the manipulation on the wire. We're going to do some straightening out. Straighten that out a bit on both sides, to both tail ends. Right, you see that right there? Right here on this left one, We're going to take that and we are going to twist that again, right? We're going to twist that again, and we're going to put one of those tail ends is going to go straight up. The other one that we have twisted for the second time, the one you see me twisting right here again, we're going to end up cutting that off because we'll only need to be left with one end so that we can bend it for a hook. So you're going to take your wire cutters and you're going to clip it as close as you can to where you have twisted your wire. Try to get it real close. Try not to clip your fingers either. Also try to be safe. So there you have it. And then we are going to take our round nose pliers. Now normally you wouldn't use round nose pliers to kind of close off this section. I'm just kind of doing it because I forgot to grab it, which I will at some point. Let's speed it up. Here we have it. So we've done both of our earrings where we have the one tail end left, and now we're going to take our wire cutters and we're just going to kind of clip that down a little bit, just a little bit. I wouldn't even say, I would say almost halfway, about halfway. Yeah. We're going to take the other earring and we're just going to use that as a measure. And we're going to take the wire cutters again and just cut at the same spot as the other earring. So now we have it equal. Then we're going to go back to our round nose pliers, and we're going to bend the end of that wire, the top of that wire. We're going to just bend, and just to be careful that we don't lose that secure twist that we had at the top. You're going to take it and you're going to bend it, and you can take your time, don't rush. Make sure that you have what you call an eye there, because we're going to have to put our earring hook and the jump ring through that same eye that you're seeing right there in the wire. And then you're going to squeeze that right there, kind of like I like to call it at the neck right there of the closure. You're going to squeeze that to make sure that it's closed. And then you're going to take the other one and you're going to do the very same thing. You're going to take your time and you're going to bend the top of it. See? And then you're going to continue very slowly, making sure that you have that eye. And you're going to use the same pliers just to kind of squeeze it there to make sure that it's closed, because we don't want our earring hooks and jump rings to slip off. That'll be pretty embarrassing if you're walking down the street and all of a sudden both of your earrings just drop off. We don't want that. We can't have that. So here we go. We've closed both of these. I just like to make sure that it's secure and that it's closed. Great. So now you're going to take your jump ring. These are about 4mm jump rings, right? And I'm using my round nose pliers right now, but normally you would use your needle nose pliers because it's flatter and it just makes it more easier, but I'll grab that in a few. We're going to take that. We made a little opening and we're going to put it straight through that eye. You see how it's hanging off now? So we've put the jump ring through, and then we're going to take our earring hook and we're going to put it through the jump ring. So there are two things that we are putting on this jump ring. We are putting the earring and we are putting the earring hook. So you also want to make sure that when you're holding that jump ring, hold it very secure, or else you'll keep dropping everything off of that jump ring because it's so small. And the reason why we want to keep it small is because you don't want a huge jump ring right here, because this is an earring that has a very small closure at the top. So you don't want to put a jumbo jump ring that'll be noticeable. But let me grab another one. We're gonna open this one too just a little bit. You don't have to open it all the way. So of course this is the reason that I said you would use your needle nose pliers, or you could even use a flat nose pliers. It's because we want to make this easier on ourselves, don't we? So you're going to hold that secure, and you are going to put your earring on that jump ring. Put that jump ring through the eye. There we go, it's hanging off. Where did my earring hook go? Ah, okay. We're gonna put our earring hook through the jump ring also. Oh. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we have to close these jump rings. So here we have that needle nose pliers I was telling you about, because those round nose pliers was not going to work anymore. They really weren't working for me. So let's close these jump rings up. Now I'm just going to hold it between my two fingers very secure so that I can close them, and it really doesn't take much to close these. All it needs is just a tiny squeeze and they're closed. Just make sure that the two ends of those line up and that they are closed. We don't want any lopsided jump rings. There you have it. One finished earring. And we're going to squeeze that again right there at the neck just to make sure our eye is closed. Whatever angle you gotta get it done, let's get it done, because we don't want our earrings falling off, especially in public, just like this one did just now. We don't want that to happen. So let's hook that through again, and let's put our ear hook on again. Hold it securely like this, and we're going to close that jump ring. Make sure the two ends are lined up. And at the same time, you want to make sure you are firm and you're closing every gap. Here we have our finished product, but make sure also not to be too rough on the wire because you don't want to scratch them up. Let's clean up this place a little bit. Also, gotta be careful. So here we have it. Our two beautiful earrings. That's the one we just did. These are the earrings that we did before. You can see one is a little bit darker because on the left you have some beads that are a bit more see-through and clear, and on the right all of the beads are the same. But I just love these square beads. They just give off such an elegant, flashy kind of look. It just gives a pop, and I love them. And they don't take long to make, very easy. And here are our raindrop earrings. And you can use any variety of beads to make raindrop earrings. And there we have it. you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that notification bell for more videos coming up. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.